Hello, my name is Andon Atchison, and today I will be discussing H.R. 603, or better known as the Raise the Wage Act of 2021. Let's begin. While minimum wage increase may sound nice to a lot of people, there are several negative impacts that may often get overlooked. And I believe Congress should not go forward with their plan to implement it, because it could have several negative economical impacts on the United States. According to a 2019 article by the Heritage Foundation, a top-down, one-size-fits-all minimum wage will produce unintended consequences. For example, there would be lost jobs, fewer work hours, and high consumer costs. I'm sure everyone could use a little extra money, but is it worth this happening? The reason we need to stop this is because it could lead to high unemployment and record high consumer prices. In order to satisfy both sides, though, we could do a minor minimum wage improvement, such as up to $10 an hour, and increase the earned income tax credit. This will keep many small businesses from dying and will allow businesses to keep all of their employees. To start with, H.R. 603 will do much more harm than it does good, and I believe this because raising the minimum wage will decrease job opportunities and increase unemployment. According to a study done by the Congressional Budget Office, or CBO, in February 8th, 2021, raising the federal minimum wage to $15 could cost the economy more than 1 million jobs. And with employers having to more than double salaries of their employees, they will keep staff to a minimum, so there will be less job opportunities. Also, consumer items will be more expensive because they will be more expensive to produce. In order to stay in business and be able to pay your employees their minimum wage, you're going to have to make your product more expensive. According to research done by the Heritage Foundation in 2017, the poor and middle class spend more on goods produced by the minimum wage workers than the wealthy do. Consequently, minimum wage raise price more on the poor. Furthermore, in order to avoid the crisis waiting to happen, we could do a minor minimum wage improvement and increase the earned income tax credit. Returning a larger amount of income tax credit would fix many poverty issues. According to Richard V. Burkhauser from Cornell University in 2015, improving the earned income tax credit can provide the same income transfers to the working poor at far lower cost than increasing the minimum wage. This would also prevent consumer products to increase in price. And a minor minimum wage increase would raise people out of poverty without a decrease in job offers, and it would benefit the economy. If minimum wage were increased to $10 an hour, there would be no substantial effect on consumer goods, and it would raise many people out of poverty. And while raising the minimum wage too much can put people out of a job, raising it slightly will give many more people buying power, which will actually benefit the economy. And as my final point, avoiding the H.R. 306 proposition will make it possible for many small businesses to keep all of their employees and will allow them to stay in business much more comfortably. I believe this because businesses will not have to make any tough decisions to let people go. Since small businesses will not have to make payment changes, they will be able to keep almost all of their employees. In an article by Peter Suderman in 2021, it is stated that 1.5 million people would be lost because of the minimum wage increase. Avoiding these bill will let people keep their jobs. Also, businesses will be able to sustain themselves much easier. Since businesses do not have to pay the extreme amount of extra money to their employees, they will not be understaffed and will still be able to make a steady profit. As well as many businesses would not be able to afford to pay their workers if the minimum wage was $15 an hour, and they would eventually go out of business. But if H.R. 306 was avoided, they would be perfectly fine. So, in conclusion, some other method to raise the people of America out of poverty must be found because H.R. 306 will do much more harm than it does good. And we can use another method to substitute for H.R. 306, such as increasing the earned income tax credit or even slightly raising minimum wage so that it does not negatively impact small businesses or job opportunities. This will keep many small businesses from dying and will allow businesses to keep all of their employees. I believe that Congress should not go forward with their plan to implement this bill. Even though Congress has good intentions, it is up to you and me to stop them from passing this new bill and drastically raising your unemployment levels. I know a higher minimum wage sounds nice, but it just is not worth these negative repercussions. Thank you for listening.